It's hammer time, everybody, and welcome to the Jersey Shore Podcast. Today, we've got a packed show from breaking news to topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified of upcoming episodes. If you like what the Hammer talked about, then share the Jersey Shore Podcast to others. Damon also looks forward to your comments during this episode. Tonight's Jersey Shore Podcast starts now.
Yeah, this one's for New Jersey, for every working family that's had enough. Name's Damon, Galdo, and I'm just getting started. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to a special episode of the Jersey Shore Podcast. That's S-U-R-E because we're always shore. And this is a special edition because it's brought to you by America's Pulse Network. And I'm Damon Galdo, Republican nominee for Congress in New Jersey's 1st Congressional District. And tonight is about something bigger than any one candidate. It's something that we're trying to do, and that's what Republicans have to do and work together. So tonight is about building a team. Tonight is about building a movement. And tonight is about proving that when Republicans work together, we can compete, we can win, and we can change the direction of New Jersey. For too long, the political establishment has counted on people giving up. They've counted on taxpayers, staying quiet. They've counted on working families believing that nothing will ever change. Well, we're here tonight to tell them they're wrong. Across New Jersey, families are being squeezed by higher property taxes, higher utility bills, higher insurance costs, and the rising cost of everyday life. People are working harder than ever. Trust me, I'm built by working hands. I'm working overtime and even overtime tonight, and so are these candidates I'm about to bring on. And parents are worried about the future of their children. Think about it. I mean, I know I am because I have two beautiful young children. I know everyone else has younger kids that's going to come on tonight. And you look at the way things are going, it's not looking good for New Jersey. I mean, we've got a horrible governor. We don't have the assembly. We don't have the Senate. I mean, we need to start building from bottom up, top down, whatever it may be. But Republicans have to come out. And that's why we need your help. So, and look at seniors. They're watching their retirement dollars lose value because prices are going up all around. Small businesses are fighting to stay open. The question is whether New Jersey has problems. Isn't whether New Jersey has problems, I meant to say. The question is whether we have leaders willing to fight for solutions. That's why tonight we're bringing together candidates from different races, different backgrounds, and different communities, because whether you're running for Congress, United States Senate, county commissioner, or mayor, we're all hearing the same thing from voters. People want accountability. They want transparency. They want safe communities. People want economic opportunity. And most of all, people want leaders who remember that government works for the people, not the other way around. Tonight, you'll hear from, I don't know if he's on yet, but U.S. Senate candidate Justin Murphy, Monroe Township mayoral candidate and councilman John Valentine, and Gloucester County Commissioner candidates Catherine Falcone, Martino Cartier, and Barbara McCormick. These are individuals who have stepped forward because they believe New Jersey can do better. And I can tell you from personal experience, running for office isn't easy. It's long days, late nights, countless phone calls, and more doors than you can imagine. But every candidate here tonight believes that the fight is worth it because the people of New Jersey are worth it. This is also a virtual fundraiser. And I want to be clear about something. Campaigns are fueled by people, not political insiders. But every donation, every volunteer, every social media share, every yard sign, and every conversation with a neighbor matters. That's how movements are built. I mean, you think about it. I mean, that's how elections are won. So tonight, we're also opening the floor to you, the listeners. we want your questions. We want your concerns. We want to hear directly from the people we hope to represent. Politics works best when it becomes a conversation rather than a lecture, I would say. Because before we begin, I want to point out one important thing. On the flyer that was shared on social media and anyone that got, if you look on the right side, that is a QR code that will scan you to bring you to Restream. Restream is what we use. This is going out on every social media platform there is. So if you scan that, our producer will bring you in audio only. I think you only have like maybe 5 at a time, so you might have to wait in line. And then on the right side, it's going to bring you to my website, votedamongaldo.com. If you want to scan it, you can go to votedamongaldo.com and you'll see the flyer on there. I created a separate link just for all the candidates you're going to see tonight, and we're going to split the proceeds evenly once all said and done. So thank you for joining us. I'm going to bring in the guests and the candidates right now. Here we go. Thought we were working on it. The man behind the curtain, producer, you bringing them in? Might be having some technical difficulties, but so I don't know what's going on, because we have 3 candidates that are actually in studio right now at the producers, and the other 3 are home. We're doing it remotely, so I don't know if he's having an issue with that. So there we go. There we go. So see, yeah, they have a better background than me. They got a green screen in the studio. Casting Cone. You have John Valentine and you have Barbara McCormick here. And I know Martino's going to be coming on next. And I guess we're going to be waiting for Justin. I know he's busy. He's up and down the state. He texted me earlier. He was on his way, so we'll see. But if we could bring Martino on. Oh, so yeah, I just said technical issue, and he's working on it. So my producer just said. So anyway, guys, listen. So we'll get started here. So as soon as the producer gets everything in order, or else he's fired. But so I'll go from. Oh, there's Martino. But then what you guys?
Hey, what's up? Now we lost the other ones, but I do see the questions now, Damon.
Oh yeah, you see them in the chat.
I do. Yeah. So is it okay when somebody asks the question that commissioners don't have any control over? We're able to just explain that, right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. This is a free forum for everything.
Sure. So there's a question why we're trying to get everybody back on. It says that where do you stand on term limits? I've been on the fence. It's overwhelming advantage to be an incumbent. It seems unfair. Sure, I get that question. But if we win commissioner, we don't have a say in that. So I just don't think that it's appropriate for me to discuss things that us as commissioners would be able to have a change or have a say. However, your question is super valid. And on a personal note, I would be more than happy to discuss it with you. But as commissioners, we have no say over term limits.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, I do believe in term limits myself. But yeah, you're right. As commissioner, you don't have a say over term limits. But yeah, I think because I think if people are in office too long, they lose themselves.
But that's why I've been calling Gloucester County Little Iran. It's, by the time we win, it'll be 45 years that they've been.
So wow, I see Mern is on. So Mern, thank you for jumping on. We got Justin back on. We're still having some technical difficulties, and everyone that's listening right now, I just want to let you know, this is something that no one has really ever done before. No one has had this virtual fundraiser through a podcast to have the capability of people calling in using Restream. So you have to actually go onto the link, the Restream link. It's on the left-hand side of that flyer that's out there on social media. You can go to my Facebook page, Damon M. Galdo. You can go to my X page, shared on there. I'm sure all the other candidates have shared it as well. And click on the left side, and then it'll bring you in the studio once we get this all corrected. And I did it once before by myself, not with multiple people, studio, different people at different locations, but he's working on it right now. But I would really want to thank everyone that's coming on. All right, here we go. Now we're set. Awesome. So again, if you guys want to talk about why you're starting to run, let's do ladies first. I'm going to start left to right, and we'll go Catherine, sorry.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, so for anybody that does not know me, I'm Catherine Falcone. I'm running for Gloucester County Commissioner. I am a former councilwoman at large in Monroe Township. I served from 2019 to 2022. And Monroe Township is one of the largest municipalities in our county. So I'm familiar with a large budget. I'm familiar with larger organizations as far as public works, things like that, and how to service a very large residency. And while I was on council, I was able to keep the tax rate at 0 for the entire time, and also keeping the services high. Now, right now, our main issue in the county and in every town in the municipality is affordability. The property taxes keep going up. Nothing has changed over the 40-something years, and we've had a one-party rule the entire time. So we're looking for support for the Republican Party so we can change this. We want to make it affordable again. We want to see transparency that we absolutely do not have. And we just want to change things for the better. We want to move forward and do what they haven't done, which has been fairness to the residents, being able to speak up, being able to have an opinion. Right now in the county, we have 7 people on the board. We have a count of 5 Democrats to 2 Republicans. We have 3 seats open, and the 3, Martino, myself, and Barbara McCormick, we're all here tonight. 3 seats are open. You vote for all 3 of us. We now have the majority in Gloucester County, which would then have control. The Republicans would have the control, and we would be able to make the changes that we want to make, that you have not seen for this entire time of 30-something years. We'll make history. That we want to change everything. So we'll get into the budget, we'll get every line item. We're not going to be firing people. We just want to make sure everything is running the correct way where we can save money. So basically what it do is the budget and save people as much money as we possibly can. So that's why I'm here tonight. I'm running to change and make a difference.
So, all right, and I said ladies first and second. So, John, you're next. And I'm sorry, Barbara.
Hey, guys, real quick, can you turn your microphone towards each one of you when you talk? Because it was really hard to hear you, Catherine. So for John, whoever's speaking, turn that mic closer to you if you don't mind.
How's that, Martina? Can you hear me?
The same.
Yeah, because it sounds like we're underwater on our headsets.
Very hard to hear you guys.
Yeah, so if you just maybe just move it closer. So
That's not doing it either.
No, it's a little bit better. But either way, I can hear you. And just for everyone that's watching, like I said, in technical difficulties, no one's ever done this before. So, but I can hear you. And just so you know, this is a virtual fundraiser for all the candidates. If you go on the flyer that's out there on social media, you scan on the left side of the QR scanner. You'll be brought in the studio, audio only with my producer, and you can ask questions. And scan on the right side. It'll take you to my website, votedamongaldo.com, where you'll see the same flyer, the same link there to donate, and it'll be dispersed evenly between every candidate. So sorry, Barbara. Go ahead.
Oh, it's all good. Happy to be here, and thanks everybody for trying to putting this on. We're all here. Everybody's volunteers. We're not paid. We're not getting big kickbacks. My name is Barbara McCormick. Also, the one of the 3 that are running for Gloucester County Commissioner. My background: I've been a nurse for over 3 decades. I've lived here in New Jersey for over 40 years now. I chose to live in New Jersey, and I just retired from 30 years in the Air Force. I retired as a lieutenant colonel in the Nurse Corps, and what else are you going to do with your time? So what can I do to make it better to support living here in South Jersey, specifically Gloucester County. And my background, again, I'm nursing, but I've been in leadership positions, I've been in staff positions, also the military the same way. I'm employed, I've been overseas. I teach a lot of different things over the years, and now that things are slowing down a little bit in that world of mine, I would really like to try and help cure our community for a lot of different reasons. To be able to afford to live in New Jersey right now with the way the prices are is ridiculous, and we've got to do something about our property taxes and affordability and be able to continue to live here. Also, I feel that transparency, we've looked at this. It is not fair to just give your friends and family jobs. We really, truly have to do the right thing for the budget to make it match. I have not been in government. I have just done a lot in the civilian world. Like I said, I'm a nurse. I was the president of the New Jersey Emergency Nurses Association. Also very active in the New Jersey State Nurses Association. Over the last 5 years, I spent a lot of time with government. I testified on both veteran issues and health issues in Trenton. And I just got back yesterday. I was down the hill in Washington to talk about nursing issues and really trying to get our legislators to hear us and hear what we need. But it needs to make sense. You know, we have to balance the budget. We have to truly make sure that our government works for us, not us work for the government. Lifelong politicians, I think they've lost touch. And I think every one of us that are on this call today, we all work. We all pay the bills. We balance the budget, and that's what we want to do for our communities. And it's what we were founded on here in America. It's our 200th birthday. That Declaration of Independence. It wasn't lifelong politicians who put that together. So that's my stand.
Yeah, well, I saw the pics of you down in D.C. Yesterday. You can't hear me? Nobody can hear me? And I don't know if anybody out there can hear me. Somebody send something in the chat if they can hear me. Martino, can you hear me?
I can tell you that Barbara was a lot louder than Catherine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. And I just want to say thank you very much to Charles Hughes. He just donated $500.
Thanks, Charles.
Thank
That's
you,
amazing.
Charles.
No, that's amazing. Thank you, Charles. He's a great asset to Gloucester County. I could hear Barbara a lot louder than Catherine. I just literally want to say thank you to Sharon Peters for chiming in, and to Carolyn Carmichael. I want to say thank you to you too for popping in on those comments. Look, at the end of the day, Damon, we all have the same goal. We live in Gloucester County, New Jersey. Let that sink in. It's a county out of 3,100 counties in the United States of America. And you think of that number, 3,100 is a large number. And out of that 3,100, this county is the 24th highest tax. So when people say, oh, our taxes are so high, I don't blame the voters because they don't know, right? I blame that they haven't been educated. If you ask people what was a freeholder a few years ago, a lot of people don't know what a freeholder did. And today that's called the commissioner. What they do is the budget. In 2 weeks in February, they pan out the budget. And in Gloucester County, we have an administrator that makes more than J.D. Vance. You may like J.D. Vance, you may hate J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance flies around the world whenever he's told and works his tail off, but he makes less than the administrator of Gloucester County. That's part of the reason why we're the 24th highest county out of 3,100. So that's just the obvious. There was a question, what are you going to do about Sweeney when you guys win? We can answer that at a later date. We're all on the same page with that. But
Tell him to resign.
there's so many other factors, right? the administrator who makes more than JD Vance and Mikey Sherrill, by the way, more than the governor of New Jersey, makes more than her. Then you have his assistant who makes 210, and then the CFO makes 190. And then you have a mailer that goes out once a month. That I've been trying to get that number for quite some time. I've been told $750 to $1.2 million. If the people that get that mailer every month and toss it in the trash knew it was costing that much, I mean, this is just common sense. So I agree with what Catherine said with the look, this is accountability, right? And then Barb said affordability. We all live here in Gloucester County, and some people don't like when I say this, but I'm not a puppet. I'm going to say it anyway. When we win, we're also helping Democrats and unaffiliated and independents, because our job is not the wall. Our job is not anything to do with Washington. Our job is the budget and the taxes in Gloucester County. And they are rogue. They are out of control. And
only one side.
Look, we all stand on the same thing. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And it's time for change. It's out of control. It's insanity. If you called somebody that lived in like North Carolina, or you called somebody that lived like up north, way up in Pennsylvania, or even in like Millbrook, New York, and you told them this situation here, they would all think it was a bad Netflix. It's crazy.
Right.
That's okay. We're good. I'll go at one side. It doesn't matter.
I can hear these guys. I don't know if they can hear us, because I want to go to John, councilman from Monroe Township, that's running for mayor, and then the man of the hour, Dr. Murphy, afterward. So I don't know. You guys hear us in the studio?
Yeah, we're in and out.
Okay. All right. Well, John, we can hear you. So
okay.
you want to go and have at it? Like I said, we just got a $500 donation from Charles Hughes. Thank you very much. This is what this is, a virtual fundraiser. So if anybody wants to call in, the flyer is online. We shared it everywhere. In the left side, if you scan that QR code, it'll bring you to the Restream link. Maybe the producer could maybe put the link up on the link itself. Maybe type it into the chat, and then people can just go from there and copy and paste if they don't really go through the flyer, and they can call in. And then also on the right side of the flyer, it takes you right to my website, and I have a separate anecdote link there. It shows the flyer for all the candidates, and then you can go there and donate, and it'll split evenly between all the candidates that are on tonight. So go ahead, John.
Hey, how you doing tonight? My name is John Valentine. I'm a sitting councilman in Monroe Township. Got a lot of feedback.
Yes,
John Valentine, I'm a sitting councilman in Monroe Township. I'm running for mayor, Monroe Township. Things got to change in our township. I'm not a politician by any means. I just don't like the way the township is ran. It's ran for special interests, friends and family. And I think the presidents get a short stick for this.
Yeah, we're doing this now. Now we can't hear you. I'm sorry, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us here. Our producer, he's probably sweating. He's the man behind the curtain over there. He's sweating right now. He's like, what's going on? Because it's crazy.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you now.
I get a lot of feedback though.
Yeah, I only keep one of those in. I wouldn't keep two in. I know you hear the reverb, so if you're talking, just pop it out and then put one back in. Like when you're ready. Because you hear your voice coming back to you. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you're talking, just pop it out and then just pop it back in.
And then you're in and out.
Yeah. So
okay. Well, let me just go with it then.
Well, we can hear you.
Township. I just don't like the way the township is ran at all. I mean, and I have no confidence in the professionals. I think pay to play is ultimate corruption in our town. Citizens don't have a voice. I'm just tired of it.
Oh. Hey, Damon, we lost him again. I don't know what's going on with this. I have no idea. Can we eliminate?
You guys hear me?
No, I just heard you now.
Here.
But
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Now I can.
How about this mic?
Can we? No. Can we eliminate the mics and put the pellet mics on and just have the audio through the studio, maybe, so they can hear instead of those earbud things?
Well, So listen, let me just get this in real quick before we lose it again. The township has to give back to the residents. They were just trying to put a 3-minute rule in to limit the speech of the residents. You know, that just tells you something bigger's coming down the line. They're trying to shut the people up. And I'm a hard no on that. I would never vote for that, but I sit up on council with 6 other yes people. You know, this township, if you look at it, it's all going by pay to play. You look at the elect filings. Well, I mean, it's the way the township's ran. I just don't like it. I'm rushing through this before we lose it again.
Yeah, no, thanks, John. That's all right. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Whatever. Like I said to everybody, thanks for bearing with us. It's a little different. We're doing the virtual fundraiser here, and I want to get to the man of the hour who's been silent the entire time, sitting there at his home, and Justin Murphy. So I'm Justin Murphy, and I'm running for U.S. Senate.
We love Damon's wig.
You wish your hair looked that good.
Yeah, I know. I'm losing it.
Hey,
Justin,
Martino,
when I met you, what was the first thing I said to you?
let me cut your hair.
No, I said I love your hair.
Hey,
That's why it's trending. That's why I
ain't
bought
getting
that.
anywhere near this hair with scissors, bud. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you,
never said I want to cut
everyone
it.
loves
I
it.
said
It's
how much
trending.
I loved it.
How's everybody?
Good. How you doing,
Well,
Justin?
listen, it is wonderful to share a ticket with all of you. I'm honored to have won the primary. I'm still kind of shocked over it myself a little bit. It's been fun. We really haven't stopped campaigning at all. I've had 1 or 2 events every day since the primary on June 2nd, and I'm pretty tired, falling asleep. And we have a very big day tomorrow. We'll be at Trump National. Damon, I think you'll be there with us. Laura Trump will be there, and hopefully we'll get some nice FaceTime with her and see what she can do for our campaign and ticket, and if we can influence the White House or some bigger dogs in the RNC to take a look at New Jersey. And we're doing very well. We've been I've almost set foot in almost every county. Past couple days we were in Atlantic, we were in Warren, we were in Hunterdon, we were in Mercer, and we've been all over the place. And reception is very good. We've been up in Morris County, and it's just been really wonderful, a wonderful experience, and just flattered by it and honored. And we're working very hard. We're putting things in place right now. We're actually beginning our 21 county town hall tour throughout New Jersey, which will contrast greatly with my opponent, who has publicly stated he will be campaigning across the country. That's fine. I will be campaigning across New Jersey. That's what our concern should be. Not the national. Well, the national is, of course, our concern, but I think there's a reason why my opponent is doing that. One, he doesn't think this race is competitive. He doesn't really pay much attention to it or time to it. And I think he'll be a little shocked on November 3rd when we're running a lot stronger than people think. So we're going right to the people, ground up, direct to them. We're going to hold at least one town hall in 21 counties. Our first one is coming up in Mercer on July 9th. Of course, we'll be doing one or more in Gloucester County, and we're setting up some things in the Pittman area for meet and greets and neighborhood meet and greets. And of course, everybody here will be kept apprised and invited, and we'll get all that together. I'll keep you posted. So looking forward to it. I know Damon and I, we're going to have a big day tomorrow. We've got some big dogs coming in, and we'll see what we can do and continue to get people energized about our campaign and our message. And I think our message is so resoundingly distinct and clear from the Democrat message of sour, dour, gloom and doom. It's they're running on their hate for Donald Trump. That's it. That's what they're offering people, their hate for Donald Trump. They can't wait to impeach him again for a third time. They can't wait to obstruct his agenda. And it's just a party that you just watch before your eyes run off the rails, as evidenced by who they're nominating up in New York and other places. The turnouts are dangerously low. I think about 7% of the Democrats actually voted in that primary, which, we also have an issue of low turnout. And so that's one thing we want to address. And we do that with an optimistic, confident message where people can see the clear difference between us and Democrats at all levels of government, up and down the slate, up and down the state, as I like to say also. And we can just offer that better tomorrow. So we stick to our guns. We put our message out there, and it's been fun so far. We've been running around the state, and, people are getting a little excited. I think, we know we have a heavy lift. The whole, we're outnumbered and outspent, but we will not be outworked. And there are enough Republicans for us to win this November. We need them at the polls. This campaign will be about electioneering more than anything. The base versus base election, that's a midterm. And it's about electioneering. We cannot have hundreds of thousands of Republicans sitting on the sidelines. We need to get them out. That's the critical and most important thing. So we're going to hit them from every which way. We're putting pieces in place for our events and throughout the state, and we look forward to plugging into the events all over the state throughout during the summer, county fairs and town hall days and things like that. So all is good here. We're working very hard, and again, I'm honored to be with all of you. Great set of people here, and we're going to do everything we can to have a good November, up and down the ticket.
Sounds good, buddy. Hey, this is going to be a rough road for a lot of us. We're a blue state, but we're not really a blue state. I would say we're just not an uneducated blue state. I mean, you look what happened in New York. We have 3 communists that are going to do it.
Yeah,
great communists. They're not hiding it. They're not all. You got a communist mayor, and that's what's happening. The Democrat Party is split down the middle right now. They're in shambles. Now, the Republican Party has its issues too, but we have a shot here. So, if someone scanned the QR code, okay, so that just pop up. I don't know who that was, but I don't know if they're calling in or if they're on their website, one or the other. But yeah, but when you look at it, I mean, we have our issues as well. We don't come out to vote. We always say apathy all the time, and you're right about that. So, I think this is the time to take advantage of it and go out there. That's why we're doing this virtual fundraiser. I know it's a little different than usual, but these are every candidate that's on here right now we're doing something different, virtual fundraiser. We're taking a swing at it, but we're doing something different because we're regular people that are running for office because we care about the state, we care about the country, and that's the thing. And it's not, and no one on here is really a career politician. I mean, I'm on committee. That's it. I ran for office before, won it again. But yeah, so I just want to get to something because my wife is getting mad at me.
Damon, is your wife Heather?
Yeah, she asked the question.
Oh, I want to answer Heather's question, but because I love that Justin is so mellow. If I could take a piece of Justin and mix it with my personality, I would feel better about myself, because I'm so passionate, and Justin is too, but you just can't ruffle him, but he just stays focused like the submarine. And I love that. He's my submarine with fantastic hair. But I want to answer Heather's question. And the question is for commissioner candidates. West Deptford is assessing everyone's property now yearly. They started this last summer. They decided to do it yearly. If you guys win, Republicans control the board. Will you stop this and get affordability? I can't even read without laughing because this is a big nerve for me. I'm sure they're going to do this across the county. They already have done it across the county. They sent out a mailer, Heather, and they said it, and I've been running with it. And I know Catherine and Barb were all in one accord. It's a joke. If they reassess everyone's house in Gloucester County yearly, eventually there will be no Gloucester County because at some point you're going to tax them out. It's insanity. Not only will we stop it, we will stop it and have a parade to celebrate it. It's crazy. I mean, if I'm wrong, somebody speak up. But
no, you're not. I just want to. I'll step in real quick. I just want to say that I tell people all the time when I give a speech or I'm talking to them personally. I say I look at New Jersey almost like a prison, because I refer to the Bronxtown movie. I don't know if you remember when Sonny goes to the door, locks the door, says, now you just can't leave. And then that's what it is. So because if they tax you out of your house and then you want to leave, then you get hit with an exit tax to try to leave New Jersey. So it's like they're locking you in every which way from all around. And
there's no logic.
No.
There's no logic. This is the same thing with the governor of New York, who said, if you don't like it, go to Tennessee, go to Texas, go to Florida. And what happened a year later? We want you to come back. This is not a logical mentality. We already are the 24th highest tax county out of 3,100 in this great nation. And now you want to raise their taxes and reassess every year? You've lost your marbles. Gloucester County has a budget of close to around, don't quote me, somewhere around $300 million a year.
So I want to thank everyone for going in the chat there. Again, if you guys can find that link, you can scan. We're having technical difficulties, so we probably can't take any calls right now. But you can just go to the chat. We'll read it. Thank you, Barry Sable. Barry Sable from 1210 WPHT says, get a good night's sleep. We need you healthy. So thank you.
There's no feedback now. Unfortunately, we lost.
Yeah, because he's probably working on it because
there's no feedback. Sounds clear. So anything you guys want to go with, we're
yeah. So I can look at the chat. You know, I mean, I can see everyone there. Somebody, Sharon Peter said exactly. Martino got Mern to Yay Burlington. Mern again. Mern, she's one of my biggest fans. Thank you, Mern. Love you. There's a ton of chat in there, but our producer usually puts them on. Somebody puts something there. But anyway, I just want to remind everybody, this is a virtual fundraiser. Charles Hughes, thank you very much for your donation of $500. But go to my website, votedamongaldo.com. You'll see the link of the flyer for this event. It's a separate Ananon link that I set up, which will get dispersed evenly between every candidate that's on here. Well, there's 3 more, but they're not on here right now because we're having technical difficulties. But yeah, so that's what we're trying to do. It's a shame that you need money to win campaigns. You know, I'm going up against a juggernaut in Norcross, and he's got over $3 million. Murphy's going up against a juggernaut in Mr. Crazy Potato Eyes up there. He's got Justin. How much does Cory Booker have? Like
I was during the primary, Damon. I believe FEC reports indicated he had 22 million, but now I think he's between 25 and 30 million. And I know he's not raising that money to spend a race in New Jersey where he thinks it's a shoo-in for him. This is money he's gathering for whatever political endeavor he has. I would say he's over 30 to 32 million now, the last I read. I have to ask you, where does this money come from? I kind of know, but you know, it's a lot of dark money sources. How much of that money has come from people outside of New Jersey, and why would they take such an interest in Cory Booker's Senate race here? But you know, you can use the money for whatever race you're running in. So if he ever wants to run for president, he has, you know, resources to do that. So I think he's been doing that.
Justin, you're talking about a government that, let's talk about New Jersey, where the governor is taking $20 million of our taxpayers' dollars and pay for lawyers' fees for illegal immigrants. This is the reality that we're talking about. It's nuts. It's nuts. And Democrats keep bashing me, and I'm like, I'm fighting for you too. What don't you get?
Martino, this is never in New Jersey at the state level here. And you know, the county level also. It's not going to change until there's a political consequence to their action. And right now, Democrats don't think that they're in danger of losing any power, so they'll do whatever they want. If they had trepidation and thought, "Wow, if we pass this, we're going to be in big trouble at the polls," they don't believe that. They just think this is a solidly one-party state, and that, you know, that we really don't. Republicans really are not going to mount a challenge at any level, and that's the problem with it. This is why they want ranked choice voting and jungle primaries to solidify a one-party state like California, and then you can move as far left as you want without political consequence, because it's just that much more difficult for people to get you out of power.
I just can't understand how an American citizen can think that way. It shouldn't be about Democrat or Republican. It should be what's great for your neighbor, for your family, for your friend, for the school, for the business up the street. Like, it just should be common sense. And
Martino, do you know how many people in New Jersey have no idea what's in the governor's budget, have no idea that your tax dollars are funding their legal representation, have no idea a codified sanctuary status, have no idea that 7.3 billion was dedicated to illegal aliens and all this other, while your property taxes are choking you to financial death. They don't, look at the turnouts for the election. That tells me they don't know.
Yeah, no, they don't. That's the thing. You're right, Justin. And the thing is, if you were to disperse that $7.3 billion back to the residents that live in New Jersey, you could lower every single person's property taxes.
Amen.
Over $2,000 a year.
Amen.
If we didn't have to pay for that. That's what you're paying out of your pocket, everybody. And I want to thank Jack Brangan for a $50 donation. I just see that popped up. Thank you, Jack. And again, everybody out there, this is a virtual fundraiser. That's why we're here doing this. We're regular people just trying to beat the incumbents.
Save the world.
Yeah, beat the entrenched politicians that we're just talking about how much money they have. That's why we need money. Unfortunately, money wins campaigns. So we're never going to make up to their level, but enough to get the message out to the people. Anything helps. So that's why we're doing this. So you go to votedamongaldo.com. You'll see the fundraiser flyer for this podcast right there. It's a separate add-on link. Make sure you click on that one.
Here's the thing. You're backstage. The host may add you to the broadcast anytime.
Dropped off and having technical difficulties.
Are they coming back on?
I'm sure he's working on it. I feel bad for other Damon is my producer. And so he's probably sweating right now. He's plugging things in here and there because
David, can I ask you a question? Like you and Justin, right? So like we see like 900, 1,200 patients, clients a week. I've been telling them everything we're talking about, and they are hearing it for the first time. How do we let Gloucester County voters and, for Justin, New Jersey voters know why we are the 24th highest tax out of 3,100? How do we let them know why Florida is a gorgeous state with your amendment rights protected and low taxes, and yet have a huge surplus? And here we are I have to bite my tongue, New Jersey, and we can't even compare remotely. How do we explain that?
First thing you need, go ahead, Damon.
No, I was going to say that's the whole reason why we started this network and this podcast. I didn't plan on running in 26. I was looking more like 28 because my goal was to build this network up, and it's starting to build up to where we have White House press passes and press correspondent and all that, and trying to push it further and further. It's growing, and that's how. So it's not mainstream media, because podcasts are pretty much the future of media. No one trusts mainstream media anymore. I mean, they trust regular people like us just having a conversation. And the bigger it gets, the more people that watch. That's how you get the information out. And then, again, raising money to get the information out. I would love to send a mailer out, that says, hey, we pay $7.3 billion for illegal immigrants. Imagine having that back in your pocket to lower your property taxes by over $2,000 a year. I mean, things like that. So go ahead, Justin, you were going to say something.
No, I mean, a lot of it, Martino, is just mechanical. It's just continuing with a wave of information, hoping enough people catch on to it. But the problem is step number one, the threshold issue is that, are they willing to even listen and engage? And many people, it's not like they're listening to the Republican message and rejecting it. They're not even listening to it. We've got to figure out a strategy to get them to the line where they listen to the message and then can decipher what they like, what they don't like about it. But right now, and I'm really drilled down hard on this from my last two runs for Senate, especially this year winning the primary. I don't think our party's issue is conservative versus moderate. I would always think that's the conventional fault line in every party, and then you got your fighting over whether you should be moderate or more conservative. And I think our problem is we have voters that are so apathetic that they're not even listening to our message. If we could get their attention, I think they would agree with us many times. But how do you get that? I mean, you got to mail, you got to be on TV, you got to knock down doors, you got to build the relationships. I mean, generally what we're doing is working. And the reason I say that is because, and I've always mentioned when I spoke, we now have the most registered Republicans in New Jersey in the history of our country, which is almost 1.6 million. And, not too long ago, we had about 800,000. So we've literally almost doubled our numbers, which is really phenomenal. Jack Ciattarelli lost, but, he added 100,000 votes from his 2021 run, which is generally very good if you add 100,000 votes from one election to the next. But there's just such disparity in the numbers for us as far as registered voters. We're just we have to be patient. It's not like people are kind of look. We would never have doubled our numbers if people didn't like our message. We never would have added 100,000 votes for Ciattarelli if they didn't like our message. Donald Trump would never have taken almost 2 million votes out of here in 24, the most a Republican presidential candidate has ever taken out of New Jersey in the history of our country, and if they didn't like our message. But we've got this high level of apathy that's just a real issue. And right now we're at a point where we have so substantially more people sitting home than voting. And that is really a mechanical issue. Like, all right, how many, what kind of ground game do you have? Are you spending enough money the right ways to get people's attention and get them motivated to come out? And that's the challenge. It's really difficult. They have to be engaged.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I like what Sandra Leanne just said. She said many people are hopeless and apathetic candidates like you guys can give people a reason to get out to the polls in November. We just have to convince them that they can change the course of this state. And that's so powerful. I like that last sentence because when you look at New York and they put out that like $800 billion left, and how many went to Texas and how many went to Florida. Listen, this is not about your personal rights. We are talking about average, everyday human being Americans living in a state that is overtaxed more than 80% of the entire country and getting what in return? Padding the pockets of career politicians. This is why I call it the little Iran, because they're 44, when our election comes, 45 years in control. So that's for Gloucester County, but New Jersey's in trouble too. I mean, you have Memorial Day is an amazing day in this country, right? We recognize and we remember 1.4 million soldiers who lost their lives for our freedom. That flag that there's 17 on this property where I'm at right now. And our governor was at an ICE facility. Now, listen, I don't agree with it, but as an American, she has the right to go protest an ICE facility. But why pick Memorial Day?
Yeah,
that's family, right?
That was a slap in the face. It really was
crazy.
And it's disgraceful and reprehensible. Reprehensible. But see, if Martino, if they thought for a second that there would be a political consequence, that there would be huge back, they wouldn't have done it. Democrats in New Jersey feel they can do whatever they want because they will not suffer a political consequence. And unfortunately, they're right in too many times.
Well, I'm telling you, in November, I think they're going to. I think that, like I said before, the Democrat Party is so split. They're getting taken over by socialist communists. And that's really what it is. And you're going to watch the old Democrats scramble and bow down to them just to keep their seat in power, because power corrupts.
Well, Damon, let me ask you this. How can a Democrat be in Gloucester County paying the highest taxes that you could pay almost in this whole great nation, knowing that our administrator, who was not elected, he was appointed, is making more than the vice president of the United States?
I know. And and just so everyone knows, he represents Steve Sweeney, just over 300,000 people. The vice president represents over 340 million.
Right.
People.
And the vice president flies across the country to Switzerland to try to make a peace deal. Our administrator is not flying anywhere for this county.
No, he's sitting right down the street from me right now. He lives in the next development over. And he's sitting in his house right now and making all that money, more than the vice president of the United States. It's insane. It's so backwards in New Jersey the way things are going. And the thing is, I truly believe that, I call them Reagan Democrats. They are looking to vote Republican, because if you have a conversation with them, you talk to them, they're the ones that will have a conversation. The far left, you ask them a question, they're like, they don't even want to answer the question. But if you have a conversation with a normal Democrat, like I said, a Reagan Democrat, I call them, you've realized that you have a lot in common, and they're not liking the fact that the socialist communist, party is taking over the Democrat Party. You had Carville earlier saying that, he was saying, get out of our party. The guy looks like the lizard now. He's all bald. And
you know what, Damon, I would ask a question. Because yes, you have the fringe out there running wild with low rates of turnout, which is why they're enjoying some success in these deep blue areas. But let me ask you a question. I would just pose it rhetorically to any Democrat. What is the difference between a Democrat, contemporary Democrat today, and a Democratic socialist or a socialist? I don't think there is. I really I watched the news today. Oh, we got 10 Democrat congressmen signed a pledge about how they like capitalism and they want free market. Wait a minute, they don't vote that way. They don't talk that way. I'm just skeptical of this whole thing. I think it's an internal party fight for leadership of that party, which we're all watching. But what is the difference between a just run-of-the-mill Democrat? Contemporary.
I'm not talking about the elected officials.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the voters.
The voters, absolutely.
We have many Democrat voters that come here that don't talk like Elizabeth Warren or Cuckoo Bird with the purple stripes.
She's my favorite.
They would never talk like that. They would never.
Martino, can't you do anything with her hair?
Yeah.
I got a gun in my head to touch her. I don't want to catch what she has.
I love the 80-year-old women that have purple hair. They just you look good, honey.
I'm just saying, my Democrat clients know I'm Republican, and we're like in the 80s. We get to tease each other and joke. But when it comes to the fundamentals of here in Gloucester County, New Jersey, there's no argument, right? We're talking about fair taxes for families. We're talking about not padding these politicians that are making 4 different salaries and they're all 6 and 7 figures. It's ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's a party for a party. The people don't even realize it. They don't. Yeah. They might hate Trump, so they don't want to be Republican. And I'm like, well, that's fine, because I have nothing to do with anything Trump does if I'm a commissioner, for me. But at the end of the day, you still have to ask yourself, why do we live in Gloucester County and have the 24th highest taxes out of 3,100?
Well, you got to pay Steve Sweeney his salary for one thing.
Yeah, the man's got to eat,
and his pension, and the pension.
Yeah.
If you want to get paid,
3 different pensions now.
If you want to get paid that much, fine, no pension. You're making enough to put money away for your own retirement.
I agree with you.
One or the other. When I was a young boy in the late 70s and early 80s, when you were a government employee, you didn't make a whole lot of money, but the trade-off was that you would have a really good retirement and benefits package. That was the trade-off. And now somebody figured out, we need both. And so you get the Treasury and coffers raided, because basically the Socialist Democrats have found out a way to buy votes, and that they give their public employee unions. There are administrators in my regional high school district here making $250,000 a year.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. I didn't notice in the chat, because it's back up, the internal chat. Our producer said we're bringing on Tony. He said, he's been in the green room for 10 minutes.
Bring him on. I
didn't realize Tony. Yeah, bring Tony in.
You bring in Tony. I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. So Tony, you're going to be on their audio only. So any questions you have, fire away when my producer gets you in there. Again, apologize. There's technical difficulties. We had in studio, out of studio, all these things mixed up together, and it was kind of messing up. But the reason why we're doing this, it's kind of outside the box. It worked for me last time. We figured it out, but it wasn't this complicated as before. And so, but the reason we're having a fundraiser is a virtual fundraiser for everyone that's listening out there, everyone that's making their comments. Thank you very much. And I see Carlos, thank you for your comments. appreciate it. Charles, all your comments and your donation, thank you very much. Jack, your donation, thank you very much. But anyone that's listening, watching, go to votedamongaldo.com and click on the donate button with the flyer that features this podcast, not the regular one, donate button, just the donate button specifically for this event. And then it will get split evenly between all 6 candidates. So you can scan it up there. I just moved to the right side. But yeah, so it's up on the screen. So if you're watching your phone, you would have to do another phone, or just go to votedamongaldo.com, and then you can donate, and then it'll be distributed to every candidate. So I don't know if we have Tony on. Oh, he left. I'm so Tony. I apologize. So we didn't know we've been having technical difficulties. But if anybody else wants to call in, if you go to that flyer and scan that QR code and the restream link, I wish we could put it up. Maybe I put it up in the chat. Maybe our producer can put it up in the chat, just the link for it. That way everyone else can see it. And just the link itself, not the QR code. Just
wonderful. Damon, I have to respond to Carlos Martins 99 here. Carlos, as far as what our campaign is doing, it's probably better if you can get to Facebook and go to our group page, Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. And we have an events page there, and we post often. And we'll be expanding what we do too to get the website a little more current and active, especially now that we're having our schedule put in place for our 21 town halls and a whole bunch of other events and everything. But the best way to do it now is the quickest way for us to get words out is Facebook, and it's the group page, Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. And that's a Facebook, and you can follow us there and, of course, interact with us there and message us. Also on X and Instagram also. But we'll get our websites a little bit of a laggard because it's easier to get things out kind of with the instantaneous social media platforms.
So, all right. Well, still waiting on somebody. Martin, we had Tony that was going to come on, but unfortunately I missed it. That he was on with all the difficulties we were having. Then he hung up. But Tony, you're more than welcome to link back in and call. So I apologize about that. But anybody else can, again, you go to my Facebook page, Damon Galdo or Damon M. Galdo NJ. I'm sure you can go to on Justin. It's posted on Justin's or Damon Galdo for Congress, and we're Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. I believe that's your page, right?
Yeah, Jersey Justin 4. Jersey Justin number 4, Jersey Justin 4 Senate.org, and same Jersey Justin 4 Senate at gmail.com if you'd like to email our campaign.
Yeah, so the flyers are out there. So that QR code that's on the screen, that'll bring you to my website, votedamongaldo.com, and then you click on the button to donate. And thank you, Constance, for just donated $200. I appreciate that very much, Constance.
Thank you.
So let's keep it rolling.
Damon, I imagine November 3rd, right? We win, and on day 1, all this slashing happens, right? Somebody asked what happens to Sweeney. Obviously, it's going to be a legal battle, but we're definitely going to get rid of him and the regime. But what we're not going to do is what they keep accusing us of, is firing all Democrats. That's a Democrat mentality. A Democrat mentality, not Democrats, my clients, your friends, your family that might be Democrat. I'm talking about leadership. I'm talking about elected officials. Their mentality is we only hire Democrat. You must be registered. You must prove you're registered. We could care less about that. We want people that are educated, that are experienced, and that can bring value to New Jersey and to Gloucester County. So when they spread that lie that we're going to fire everybody, we're not going to fire everybody. We're going to get rid of those that are overpaid and are taking money from everybody that lives in 24 counties around here from their taxes. That's, what's crazy? A commissioner makes $16,000 a year, 16,000. Steve Sweeney makes around 300.
Yeah.
So the guys and the women that make the decisions and vote make $16,000 to keep everybody's taxes lower, but
Easy.
somehow an appointed administrator.
It's great. Oh, I just want to say too, Raymond, thank you very much for your $50 donation. Appreciate it very much. So, hey guys, keep rolling it in. We're gonna need it. And then I wish I could put the link in this chat box for you guys to click on it to take you to Restream so you can call in. I know Tony found it, but he didn't get on it. I apologize for that. But anybody wants to call in and ask any questions, we would like to have the guest on. If you just go to my website, my website for donation, but if you want to go to my Facebook page, you'll find the flyer there, and you can scan on the left to call in, and the producer will let you in. And then great producer that's struggling back there, I apologize, but the other candidates, maybe they can come on with their phones, separately, because we lost 3 of them. There's 3 candidates.
I'm trying to see if I can get them on speakerphone now, like we did last time.
Okay. I understand our old boss, John Palomino.
Well, here's what I'll say to anybody: don't believe the words that come out of our mouth. Use ChatGPT, use Google search, use your computer, and just hit the speak button and say, what is the highest paid, or who is the highest paid administrator in New Jersey, and give me a list of 1 county through 30 out of the 3,100 counties. Let it tell you. And then ask, who is the highest paid assistant for the administrator out of the top 30 counties out of 3,100. You don't have to believe us. But what frustrates me is that everybody bitches about their taxes. Everybody.
Yeah.
This is your time to make a difference. And that's the county. But when you have Justin and we have you, then it becomes the whole state that we can help.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. So listen, guys, everyone out there, again, anyone who may have just joined on, this is a virtual fundraiser for the candidates. You have Justin Murphy for U.S. Senate. I'm Damon Galdo for Congress CD1. You have Martino Cartier. He's running for commissioner in Gloucester County. And we have Barbara McCormick that dropped off in the studio. We had some difficulties. Catherine Falcone. And then we had Councilman John Valentine, who is running for mayor. So this is a fundraiser for all of the candidates. If you go to votedamongallo.com and click on the donate button that has the flyer there, then it will be distributed evenly between everyone. So we're going to take one quick break, and hopefully when we come back from this break, it's going to be a fast one. We'll see a couple more donations. So thank you all for tuning in. So stay tuned.
Hey, it's great to be on with you. This is a great podcast. It's a lot of fun, and it's informative, and it's real information. It's none of the frills and none of the nonsense that you hear on the legacy media, just telling the story of what's happening right now. It's what I do with my newsletter that I get out to anybody who wants to see it. It's what you're doing with this podcast. America needs to know what the real deal is, and you're the real deal.
That's right, Jeff. I am the real deal. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Congressman Vandro, he's an awesome guy too. He's in District 2.
They're back on. I'm gonna have to.
So I don't know, Justin. So what do we got going on? You've been running up and down the state. I know you've been busy. Usually I call you, answer your phone, and you get back to me like that day.
I know I'm getting to be the worst. Sorry. No,
you have 21 counties to cover.
I mean, yeah, we got 21 counties to cover. You want a good presence in each, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. As I mentioned, as you know, with you, we'll be there with Laura Trump, and maybe we can get some higher ups to take a look at New Jersey and maybe, give us a few resources. I also am looking forward to a Zoom conference call with the chairwoman of the state party, Christine Hanlon, and all county chairs on Sunday night. So we're going to continue to strategize and put things in place that get our message out, and where the counties can best feed in their resources into the campaigns and help out all candidates, really. So, it's a busy year. Senate, House, our county and local folks. And next year, with state Senate, state assembly, year after that, president. I mean, just nonstop New Jersey politics. You can get fatigue. You catch a fatigue from it. But, I think, Damon, as long as we get people to put their antennas up just long enough to maybe listen to us.
Yeah.
And that's something we don't control. If they're not receptive, we can't control it. Unfortunately, we control our messaging and who we nominate and how much polish and money we spend. And those things are good, but we do need people to take a peek up. And, it's tough. It's a midterm election. In all likelihood, roughly 2/3 of the voters will be sitting home instead of voting. We'll get about a third of the voter out, maybe high 30s, possibly 40% of people are really upset at something. But we're looking again at substantially many more people sitting home than voting. So, you're just trying to create that inspiration and confidence and spark, and hopefully people can buy into it, so that this is where, actually, as bad as the apathy is, that's exactly how we can win, because Democrats are afflicted by this also, even though they're pretty motivated right now by their hate for Trump, possibility of a third impeachment, obstructing his agenda, that we know. But, with that type of number of people sitting on the sidelines, the voters are there to get, if we can just get them to come out. Not easy to do. It's everything from electioneering and walking neighborhoods and knocking down doors. But, we need the message and the candidates and the reach, resources. It's a heavy lift. But, seeing throughout the state, I think people are, they can be inspired, but they're cautiously optimistic. That we can get a good turnout. I mean, no one's, of course, in our circles, no one likes Cory Booker. And, we hope that the apathy doesn't kill us, because it's really, with that number of people sitting home, you can look back on the election. And if it doesn't work out, and you say, there was enough voters out there, we just didn't get them to the polls. If we did, we could have won. And I think that's going to be the case statewide for us.
I agree. And it's very frustrating, because everybody complains about their taxes. Everybody complains about, the $20 million in New Jersey from our money, your money, our friends and neighbors' money being spent on illegal immigrants, legal funds. And you can change that by voting, but you stay home and then you still complain. And that's a problem for me. It's like we have a shirt on our we have a blog that we do every week for years. It's Hijack Life Live, and it says, "Stop bitching, start blessing." Right?
He doesn't put Sandra Land's comment up there too. God, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Say it again.
No. I was telling the producer put Sandra Land's comment up there.
We have the shirt that says "Stop bitching, start blessing." Meaning don't complain about all the little things in life. Just start helping others. And the other day I said, man, we should make a shirt that says "Stop bitching, start voting."
Start voting. It's a good one.
You know how easy it is to vote?
It's a good one.
That's Sandra Land. 250 years ago, we stood up against unfair taxation without representation. November, we need to take charge at the polls and select honorable leaders like you all. So, but yeah, it's so easy to vote. I mean, it's actually too easy to vote, because you don't need ID, and illegals can vote. I mean,
and they do.
You had to go there, didn't you? You had to go there.
Yeah.
There was a time that I couldn't. I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but there was a time that I would get carded at Wawa, and I'm like, bro, I'm 35 years old, and you're carding me.
Yeah.
They needed that, but you don't need it to vote for the president of the United States, who can hit the button. But you needed to fly to Mexico to go to, and you needed to go to Puerto Rico to go to San Juan, right? You needed to get welfare. You needed to get a marriage certificate. You needed to probate a will.
You needed it for Hakeem Jeffries' fundraiser to get into it.
That's right. And it's funny, but you need one to get into the DNC convention every 4 years. But don't worry about voting. I mean, it's so evident.
Do you really need to get into that?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so evident why they do this. It's just so evident, and I think it's incumbent upon Republicans. And I'm being optimistic, but I think they get the SAVE Act passed. I do.
I think they may. But the only thing is, it's going to help out federal candidates, though, not local, state. Because
I just think that whether you're Democrat, Republican, or not even affiliated with anything, you have to realize New Jersey's in trouble. You have to realize we're in trouble, right? You have to realize there's common sense missing. you can take out the fluff and just focus on the meat and potatoes, which is our safe borders, our taxes, like those things. We should be able to agree on that, regardless of our political affiliation. At some point, we are humans.
Yeah, no, you're right. And the thing is, too, I used to give Republicans a little bit of a pass because I know what it's like to be married and father with children and work full time and everything else. And yeah, well, we're busy, so maybe just a slight pass. Like maybe they missed it, they didn't vote or whatever. They forgot. They were busy that day on election day. But now you have every opportunity to vote. You have mail-in ballots. You have early voting. You have election day as well. So, I mean, everything that we're doing, I'm like, listen, hey, if I'm stepping up to do all this, run a podcast, run a network, work full time, build a $30 million project, have 2 kids, make their games, and it's like, come on, can you at least spend an hour or two, every year to go vote? I mean, well, twice a year actually, but whatever. But just seriously, you can have it mailed to you and can mail it out now. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like the mail-in ballots at all. But if it's there, then do it. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of your time. I mean, to have 20% turnout, it's like, come on.
Damon, read the latest comment. Damon, read the latest comment.
Oh, what was that?
NJ State House Watch.
That's right from Jackson or Constance. The Democrats and the legislature have no interest in improving the life of taxpayers. Just hold power. That's correct. That's what the Democrats want. They want to hold power. That's why they want the open borders. That's why they want people to come in and vote. That's why they want to naturalize all the illegal citizens. That's why they fought so hard for the Maryland man, as they called him, to get them back into the country and do go. They fought so hard over one guy, wasted so much of taxpayer dollars over all this because they want the votes. They don't care. They don't care. The Democrat leadership does not care about you. Trust me, they do not. They do not at all. Look at what's being uncovered in all these Democrats' cities and states. All the fraud, everything else. If you go into, like you mentioned ChatGPT, Google earlier, ChatGPT, it say, what are the worst run cities in the United States? Boom. All Democrat. And you'll see they were Democrat for 50, 60, 70 years. I mean, come on, people. It's common sense. I mean, I don't even care. All right, how about this? If people in, say, New Jersey think, okay, well, the Republicans are bad or this or that or other because the bad orange man, I have nothing to do with him. I don't know the guy.
Same.
I seriously. So, but why not give a Republican a shot? What do you have to lose? Because the Democrats have been running this into the ground for decades, over decades. So what do you have to lose? Give a Republican a shot, a regular person that's not a career politician like us, and see what we can do. We're just like you. That's my point. I am like you. Everyone listening out there, I know there's no Democrats listening to this podcast, but right now,
never know.
But yeah, maybe I hope so. I would love to have one on, but they won't come on. But seriously, we are you. We are you. We're not them. We're not the elitists. We're not the career politicians. We're people that go to work every day and we care about our state and our country.
And the difference with us is that we can work with logical Democrats and still make a difference. If you flip the role, it's impossible. And I'll give you a great example. In December, a hair surgeon, the best hair surgeon in the country, happens to live in Boca, Florida. And I send him a ton of patients, Dr. Alan Bauman. And he wanted to give my family a little thank you. Not needed, not necessary. He's just a very philanthropic guy. So he invited us to the Gray Team Gala. The Gray Team is their own 911 for veterans that have PTSD and are in a suicidal moment. Instead of calling 911, you call Gray Team, and they are trained in a way to be able to help and come in and whatever. So it was at Mar-a-Lago. So I happened to be here in Washington Township at a grocery store, and a Democrat career politician in this county and state was in front of me, and he goes, "Hey, how you doing? How's your family? How's this? What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, we're getting ready to go down to Florida for this Gray Team Gala. It's really awesome. It's an anti-suicide mission for veterans." And he goes, "Where's it at?" And I said, "Mar-a-Lago." And he literally had an epileptic seizure, and I'm being metaphoric, obviously. And he just went nuts, and he went, "Is there a pro-suicide one?" And I thought, wow, just because it's at Mar-a-Lago, which it's not bipartisan. What's the word? It's not bipartisan. It's anti-partisan. Whatever the word I'm trying to say. It had nothing to do with either one. It didn't matter. Trump wasn't there. Give me the word that I'm trying. It was
partisan.
What?
It was partisan.
It was partisan. Yeah, it was partisan. But I just lost my mind at that moment, because I thought, you hate him so much that you don't care that we're saving, 1,000 lives a quarter. That, and when we went there and we watched it was so sad. And the lieutenant governor of Florida was at our table, and he's a veteran who is an amputee. I don't know if you guys know that or not. But I got to meet him and his wife and hear real stories and hug real wives that were crying. It was so beautiful. And to think that you let your politics get in the way of something so beautiful, it just really made me understand how they don't care about our taxes. They don't care about our schools. They don't care about our kids. They don't care about our teachers, which is really big for me. Veterans, which is really big for me. Seniors, which is really big for me. And it just bothers me. And they just care about their career. And
yeah, well, like I said before, power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I just want to get back to this. I see Nick Silvio just joined in. Nick is the
great
commissioner, and he's the only guy that's like my height. So I love Nick. So I said we need to tie.
He has a great sense of humor, Nick.
Yeah, Nick is awesome. I love Nick. So, and I think Chris, I sent it to Chris, another Republican commissioner. I don't know if he was coming.
Chris is great too.
But I just want to let everyone know. I want to thank. We're going to be wrapping up pretty soon, and this is a virtual fundraiser. Charles Hughes donated $500. Thank you very much. Jack Brannigan $50. Constance Ditzel $200, and $50 from Ryan Mayes. So that's what we're here for. So anyone that's still listening, that's on there. We're going up against the Democrat regime, the corrupt Democrat regime. You got Justin Murphy here going up against Cory Booker. I'm going up against Donald Norcross. And then we have John Valentine, who was on here. He's a councilman from Monroe Township that's running for mayor. And then we had Barbara McCormick also running for Gloucester County Commissioner, and we have Martina Cartier running for Gloucester County Commissioner, and also Catherine Falcone. But we lost the other three technical difficulties. But this is what this fundraiser is for. So if you go to votedamongaldo.com or scan the QR code, there's a link on there with the flyer for this event. And then click on that donate button, and all the money will be dispersed evenly, 16.7% to each candidate. We're splitting evenly. So we need some more donations. So if anybody out there can go on there and donate, we're going up against the corrupt Democrat machine. And really, if you want to make New Jersey better, vote Republican. Not all Republicans are good, trust me. But we're not career politicians. So that gives you right there. I'm a union carpenter and construction manager, and I'll
tell you who I'm fighting for. I'm here while my wife's giving our 2-year-old a bath, right? I'm fighting for his future. Justin's fighting for his future. Damon's fighting for his future. Catherine and Barb are fighting for his future. This is not about a career politician. We are a group of people, all of it. I'm going to speak for Justin, Damon, Catherine, Barbara. We're here to fight for New Jersey and the United States of America, to just make it a better place with common sense. That's it.
Yeah, I mean that's it.
And it's common sense. I think a lot is common sense. But again, we need people receptive and willing to engage. And like I said, we have the most registered Republicans in the state now in our history. But that has to manifest itself into the voting booth. They have to get out and vote. And sometimes it's hard to drag them out. I mean, people don't like Trump, or I can't be bothered. They just don't feel the energy for it. And
you can hate Trump all you want, but do you love your taxes? Because if you don't, get out and vote. Ignore Trump and vote for what's going to fix your taxes.
And one thing too, and by in no way, shape, or form am I comparing us to George Washington, but it's just the concept of it. Now, George Washington, he did not want to be president after the war, he relented. Because the reason I'm saying is I never thought I would be a politician. I love my job. I love building commercial buildings. I'm one of the fortunate ones that does, but I love my children even more. And what do I do for them? I got to secure a future for them, not just mine, everyone else's as well. And when you see something going south, I can't let it go. I step up and fix it. So that's what I'm doing. George Washington didn't want to be president. He was. Then they wanted him to serve another term. He didn't want to. But then he relented eventually, and he served a second term. Then after that, he said, that's it. He said, America does not deserve a king. He turned it over to civilian government. And then that's how our country started from there.
Well, there's no greater so-called king than the administrator of Gloucester County.
And Donald Lacrosse, they're like this.
Yeah.
They've benefited from the game, if you will, for decades.
Yep.
And whether it's a county, a state, and lack of political competition is not good. One party rule for too long, it can be a problem. I mean, not always. I mean, it's always the moral compass of who's sitting in office. But we've got, our politics attracts greedy people, and you have to put a check on them.
Even world history, right? Saddam Hussein, Putin, Mubarak of Egypt. The list goes on and on. These are all people that were in for so long that they had no fear. And when you have no fear that you could be taken out, it's just, I guess it's a sick human nature that you just evolve into a monster, because that's what they all evolve into. They evolve into a monster.
Or they've always were one and then just felt comfortable showing you who they are. They've always, like I said, politics attracts some goofy people, but it's a heavy lift, but there's always be optimistic. It's always a tomorrow, especially in New Jersey. There's always another election right around the corner.
Dustin's going to be my Dr. Phil during this campaign.
Yeah. Just remain calm, take big deep breaths, and let it roll. I think I just turned 60 this past Christmas, and I know it's imperative, work hard and do what you can do. But really, when you get down to it, if something is meant to happen, it will happen. And if it's not meant to happen, it will not happen. And that's just kind of my disposition. We're going to work hard till, tirelessly. We're going to fall over till we're exhausted. But you just have to accept, even though you work hard, it might not meant to be.
Listen, I've told so many people, I know that Sweeney and Norcross are going to fight really hard for me and Catherine and Barb not to get in. But we still win no matter what, because we educate the voters. We educate the residents. And we let them know why their taxes are so high. We let them know that there's a guy that wasn't elected that sits there and does nothing and makes more than the vice president of the United States. And it comes out of your taxes that you pay every quarter. Like, those are so important. And I'm sure Justin and Damon, you'll have things that you'll let them know too. That because of X, Y, and Z, this is why you're paying that. And this is why your kids go to school and are exposed to this. And all these things that matter. And I just pray that win or lose, we make a difference.
Yeah.
That's what it's for. And listen, before I go to take the rounds where people can find you at, I just want to let everybody know, everyone that watches podcast, everyone that connected, please share with everybody. Share the America's Pulse Network. The reason why we started the America's Pulse Network is for people to get their voice out there. Good candidates, good people, whatever their story may be. And that's what we're doing. And we're growing more and more and more. And that's how we get the message out to everybody. Make this network something. And this is for everybody. Anybody that ever wants to come on with anything they want to talk about, more than welcome. I don't care if you're a Democrat or not, or an independent. Anybody that wants to come on this podcast or the network, we will entertain coming you on. No problem. You can comment, whatever. We're here to build the state back up, build this country back up to where we're all American and we're all having the same common goal. And that's the thing. So that we started because I thought that, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? After I ran the last time, I said, media can be more powerful than politicians because where's everyone get their news from? They come home and put TV on MSNBC, CNN, or Fox, or whatever it may be. But that's where whatever they like to watch, they believe everything they hear. And I'm not telling you to believe me on this podcast. I always tell everyone to look it up for yourself. So you can fact check me on anything. That's why it's called Jersey Shore, SURE, because I try to be as sure as I can when I'm talking about. But I want to thank everybody. But yeah, share this link. Share the Jersey Shore podcast. Share the America's Pulse Network. Go to americaspulsenetwork.com. There's multiple podcasters on there from different states that have the same common goal. And then you have regular people here that are running. And I just want to say, obviously we have Justin Murphy still on. We have Martino Cartier still on. But I'm sorry we lost Catherine Falcone and John Valentine and Barbara McCormick. I don't know what happened there. This is something new. Like I said, a virtual fundraiser. So before I turn it over to you guys, just go, if you guys can, please go to votedamongaldo.com. Don't click on the regular donate button. Click on the one with the flyer for this event and donate, and it will get dispersed between all the candidates. And I thank the people that donated so far. We didn't get a lot, but at least a lot of people, jumped on and listened. So that's probably more important, but money does win campaigns. So Justin, where can people find you at?
Yeah, it's Jersey Justin, number 4, Senate.org. Jersey Justin 4 Senate.org. We just got a new anecdote thing put up there the other day, link. And yeah, we're getting our stuff put in place. And same thing for email. People can always feel free to drop us an email. It's Jersey Justin 4 Senate at gmail.com. And happy to be here tonight. Damon, thank you for putting all this together, and Martino for keeping us entertained as always.
Oh my God, I love Justin. I do. Damon, love you too. But Catherine,
I love Justin so much that I bought this.
He bought a wig. Look at that. Look at
that is a disgrace to Justin. Okay,
I know it's so bad. It's horrible.
It's stupid. It's stupid because his hair is so great. I'm not kidding. The first time I met him, never met the man in my life. I'm like, I love your hair. He's probably like, what a weirdo. Like, didn't know that I was like this big stylist, whatever. But look, all kidding aside, we are in it for New Jersey. We're in it for Gloucester County. We're in it for Americans, right? We just want what's best, and we want common sense. The rhetoric stays aside. Common sense fits right in. And that's why I keep saying red or blue, we work for you. Like, didn't know that was a real page somewhere. But like, I want to make things great for everybody. I am a true Republican. I have Republican morals and standards, but I'm also a human. So is Barb. So is Catherine. So is Justin. So is Damon. So I just pray that together we
John, not so much.
Yeah, what about John?
He's not so much.
John's all right. He's just rough around the edges, but he's all right.
He is.
He's good now. He's the uncle that always breaks your stones. Nothing wrung with that.
Oh yeah, he is. But
nothing wrong with that.
He's fighting hard for against the data center in Monroe Township, big time. And so he's doing. I wish he had a good joke he was going to do today about the one he's running against for mayor.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but somebody said about Justin, all the power is in the hair like Samson.
That's insane. That's absolutely crazy.
His hair is worth 5,000 votes. Oh my! Your hair's killing it right now.
I told you it was trending. I told you it's trending all over social media.
The three funny stories are that I was walking into Alligators to talk to the Camden County women, and I walked by a woman in the strip center. I didn't even know her, had no idea, never met her in my life before. And she looked at me when I walked by. She said, "Sir, your mullet's inspiring." I was like, okay. Then I went to a Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce event, which is a wonderful event. And I was being taken around the room to tables, and they have certain customs the way you do it with Taiwanese. So I'm going table to table, and this elderly Taiwanese woman looks up to me and she said, "Sir, you look like you sing for Duran Duran." And then Matt Rooney got to jump on the dog pile here. Matt Rooney had a real nice interview the other day on 12:10 a.m. He's got a good podcast on there, and he then reposted on social media platforms. He titled the interview "Meet Justin Murphy, the man behind the hair."
I love it.
Yeah. I'll tell you, it's all over social media. It's a trending thing.
Everybody's loving the hair, and they're just coming in like wild. I'll just tell you, when I look at your hair, aside from the day I met you, that you probably were like, "Who the hell is this guy coming up to me going, oh my God, I love your hair."
Well, I guess
if I said, "Got me a fine wife, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cake on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle."
Yeah, well, out in the woods here. Yeah, gosh.
No, I'm the outsider. That's why I had.
See, when I was in the Navy, I had hair like Damon.
That's John Denver. I'm the youngest one in the room, and you don't know who that is?
Oh, me?
Either one of you.
No, I know. I didn't say that. No. I was just saying that's why I bought the wig. I said because I said I'm the outsider because
none of you know that
Justin
song.
Has the hair. You're the hair. Yes, I know the song. Yeah. And then I said, and
that's like the 8-track cassette that was in the Bronco when I was a kid. That's that fabulous big flowing.
I love to hear 8-track. Yeah, man, that's right.
8-track. He said he already got Booker.
Look, the bottom line is this just shows that we're human beings. It shows that we're human beings trying to make a difference, and that it's not about like personal agenda.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of work to do, but the thing is we're so outnumbered, but there are enough of us to win.
Yeah, we want to have fun doing it. That's the thing. I mean, it's very hard what we're doing. To run for any race at all. It's hard. But have fun with it. Let's live life. Let's be Americans again.
At least a bunch of people that are commenting got John Denver right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Your mullet needs a trademark. You've got Booker beat for best hair. This is great.
Well, I got Booker beat for best hair too, at least
that this is true.
But no, I'm not taking it away from Justin.
No, it's all good. Well, I thank you, Damon, for having this platform, and I just pray that we can really show Americans that you can vote to make a difference, and it doesn't have to be a fight. It can be a family,
No, correct. And once again, before we sign off, I just want to say, everyone that watched tonight, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. This is Jersey Shore SUR podcast, brought to you by the American Sports Network. And the platform was built to get people's voices heard and get the truth out there. So anyone that listened, again, I got to say one more time, because unfortunately, I hate it. I got to cold call people for an hour a day trying to fundraise for my campaign because my party has so much money, and I hate asking for money. But this is what this was about. So if you can go to my website, votedamongaldo.com, click on the donate button with this flyer for this event, not the regular one, the flyer with this event, and donate. That way it can get split between all the candidates, all three of us, and the three that unfortunately had technical difficulties and got kicked off. But we need your help, and we need you to come out to vote too. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for your time coming on. I really appreciate it.
I got to go see the baby in the bath and the wife. Justin, pleasure to always see you. Damon, God bless both.
A lot of fun as always.
All right, guys.
Okay, take care.
Bye, guys.
Right.
The Hammer thanks you for watching tonight's Jersey Shore podcast. See you at the next packed show, from breaking news to topics that will keep you informed. So please click the subscribe button to get notified of upcoming episodes. If you like what the Hammer talked about, then share the Jersey Shore podcast to others. Damon also looks forward to seeing you on the next episode.
America's Pulse Network. The mainstream media is bought and paid for. The truth is twisted to fit their agenda. But America is waking up. Because podcasts are the future for trusted media. Welcome to the America's Pulse Network. It is a network built by patriots that upholds the Constitution. But America's Pulse Network stands for God, truth, and the America First movement. There is no corporate propaganda, no government spin, just real news, real talk, and real voices fighting for faith, freedom, and the future of this great nation with common sense. Here are some of America's Pulse Network podcasts. Alexandra Levine Live, hosted by Alexandra Levine. Jersey Shore Podcast, hosted by Damon Galdo. The Conservative Corner, hosted by Seth Eisenberg. The New Jersey State House Watch, hosted by Jack Brangan and Constance Detzel. APN's The Pulse is moderated by either Alexandra, Damon, Elena, or Seth. Also tune into America's Pulse Network on the following social media platforms: X, Rumble, Truth Social, Parler, Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Join the revolution, because the pulse of America beats for God and country. America's Pulse Network is for faith, family, freedom, and truth.
Yeah. This one's for New Jersey. For every working family that's had enough. Name's Damon Galdo. And I'm just getting started. Job site dust to the streets of the shore. Steel-toed boots, yeah, I know what I'm working for. Middle class hurting, every bill going up. While suits in D.C. say, man, just trust us. I'm a builder by trade, put my sweat in the ground. Now I'm building up hope for my hometown. Jersey's my home, blue-collar soul. I don't make excuses, I get it done, that's all I know. I felt the pressure, I've lived that grind, trying to give your kids a better life. I won't forget where I came from, man, cause I'm built by work. I'm built by working hands, fighting for working families. Not a career man who forgot what hard work means. They talk real big, but nothing ever changes. While Jersey keeps drowning in the same old pain, I'll build a future strong for our kids in this land. I'm Damon Galdo, built by working hands. Yeah. Donald Norcross been there year after year. Same old story while the struggle's still here. Claims he's for workers, but look around town. Rent sky high, grocery bills breaking us down. Where's the relief for the middle class grind? Cause all I see is folks falling behind. I ain't got decades in some DC chair. I got skin in the game, cause my family's here. Time, they had their shot, and tell me, Jersey, what have we got? It's time for change, time for a stand, time for a work, and not another plan, not another plan, not another plan. Yeah! I'm built by working hands, fighting for working families. Not some suit who sold you fantasy. We waited long enough, it's time to demand a future built by honest hands for Jersey strong, for this great land. I'm Damon Galdo, built by working hands. Yeah, this ain't left, this ain't right. This is fight for what's right. For every mom working double shifts, every dad praying they don't miss. I'm running for my kids, running for yours, for a state that deserves so much more. Not talk, that's the plan. Let's build it back with a working man. For our children's dreams, for a better way. I'll fight for Jersey every day. No empty words, I'll take the stand, cause I'm built by work. Yeah, I'm built by working hands. New Jersey 1st District. If you're tired of the talk and ready for work, walk with me. Galdo, Galdo. Galdo, Galdo. Galdo, Galdo. Make the crowd chant with no music.